want to start this video by giving you some questions to think about. What is consensus? How important is it? How do we reach it? And what is the difference between reaching consensus and counting votes? If we come to a consensus, can we know that without measuring it? First off, consensus has nothing to do with agreeing. It has everything to do with feelings. Feeling things together, understanding each other's feelings, caring about each other's feelings. Reaching a consensus is simply feeling what each other feels. It doesn't mean that you feel the same way. It means that you acknowledge the other person's feelings, that you see that the other person's feelings have value. Not because the other person is right, but because the other person is a person. Now, we have an election coming up. Today is the 1st of November, 2012, and on the 6th of November, as I understand it, there is going to be an election. On the 5th of November, there's going to be a debate between a couple of third-party candidates, also a historical event, and very important. Now, here's the thing. Our voter turnout here in the United States of America has been going down and down and down, and we now have way more people not voting than voting. And those people are not getting counted. And we have a whole lot of people now talking about adding to that number by not voting so they can make a statement. Well, I want to say something about that. If we were to get down to only one person in each state voting, our electoral college would take that one vote from their state and decide, do they agree with it or they disagree with it, and then they would cast their vote, and we would still have our legitimized electoral college vote, and it would just look like only a few people in the country actually cared enough to vote. So if you don't want to be seen as not caring, please get out there and vote. Now, I'm not saying vote Democrat or vote Republican. If you support the Democrats or the Republicans, by all means, vote their party. Better yet, if you support the specific candidate that they have to offer in a particular position, support that candidate and go out and vote for that candidate. But if you don't support that party, or if you don't support that candidate, then please don't vote for that candidate just to keep out the other. Because what you're doing then is you're keeping out everybody else. Now, you might think I'm going right back to then don't vote. No, that's not what I'm doing. You could look for the best choice you can find out of the smaller parties, the third party people. You could vote for one of them. If you don't have the time to research them, write in the word anti-vote, or actually write in a vote that says against Barack Obama or against Mitt Romney. If your state allows a write-in vote, that vote should get counted. It will not count against that person, but it will get counted. And at least your voice will have been heard in some way. And if no write-in vote is possible, go in there and invalidate the ballot. So at least it counts that somebody was in there and tried to vote. If you can't do anything legitimate, do something illegitimate, but do something. We need to be heard. And while you're at it, support the right to an anti-vote so we can actually, in the future, be able to directly vote against the people we oppose rather than voting for somebody else as a representation of that opposition. Better yet, support a weighted net approval voting system which will allow you to vote for as many people as you want and against as many people as you want, all as part of your one vote. So you can be properly represented exactly the way you feel. Nothing left out, nothing censored. Your dissent counted, your support counted. You properly counted. We need this. Please support the rest of us in trying to get it. And get out there, get registered to vote if you haven't already, And please do vote, but don't vote for the lesser evil, because that's still voting for evil. You can do better than that. We all can. And if enough of us get together, we might actually beat the Democrats and Republicans, and maybe one of those smaller parties or some independent out there hoping for a miracle might win. And then we can get our electoral reform, because we'll finally have somebody who cares. So, debate coming up on the 5th. Ask the candidates, do you care? Will you support the right to vote against someone? By the way, I'm running for a neighborhood council position